presentation of BFA Sports.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another season of Williamstown football on BFA Sports Productions. My name is Mike Shute. Glad you could join us here tonight. Want to start off by saying, hey, we're going to miss our guy Chris Losey tonight. Chris got an assignment to referee a game tonight. Opening week, things a little crazy, so he's at Allentown at Trenton, and BFA Sports is here bringing Williamstown at Seneca to you. These two teams met last year in the season opener, with Williamstown picking up the victory by a score of 21-14. It was Trey Alexander with a couple of second half touchdowns, a 20-yard run and a 12-yard run, that made the difference in that game as the Braves came from behind to pick up the victory. Seneca, however, rebounded nicely, went on to reach its third straight sectional final in the playoffs last year. So, you know, they kind of like to say, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. So tonight, new beginnings for both these two teams. Again, Seneca, a team that's been to a sectional final the last 3 years. Williamstown, of course, has had its struggles the last couple of years now. Looking to rebound, looking to kind of get back on track. And as Frank Fusatole again has returned to Williamstown, this is his second year back, so now looking to kind of make an impact and get things moving in the direction he would like to see them go.
August night here in Tabernacle, New Jersey.
So it's, as I said, fresh beginnings for these two teams as we are ready and set to start the 2025 high school football season here in South Jersey. West Jersey Football League, an interdivisional matchup. Of course, Williamstown will be wearing the white with the blue trim. They will be kicking off as the Braves won the toss, deferred to the second half. Seneca will be receiving, going left to right across your screen, monitor, telephone, whatever you're joining us on tonight here on BFA Sports. And we are underway in 2025. The kick taken back at about the 5 by Seneca and trying to get around the corner and finally shoved out of bounds. It was Brody Phillips, one of the Seneca captains on this team, and the guy we're going to probably see a lot of getting the football tonight in this Golden Eagles offense. Seneca is led by its third-year quarterback, junior, number 9, Anthony Tirico. Tirico last year, 140 completions on 244 attempts, passing for 1,853 yards, 14 touchdowns. He did have 9 interceptions. 2 of them came in that game against Williamstown last year, back on August 30th of 2024, so almost a year ago to the day, as we are here on the 28th of August. So Seneca will take over with the ball, going left to right. See Tirico wearing number 9 in the shotgun. His back, as I mentioned, is Phillips, and Tirico will tuck it and run, and that's one thing Tirico does well. I talked about his passing numbers, but he was also Seneca's leading rusher last year with 899 yards on the ground, doing that on 138 carries, so a real nice average yards per game for him. He also rushed for 12 touchdowns. It's a pickup of 6 for Tirico, so it'll be 2nd and 4 here as we are just underway. Coming to you from, again, Tabernacle, New Jersey, here at Seneca High School, the school that its football program started in 2003. Tirico hands it off to Phillips, and he is met in the backfield. Good work by coming from the left side for the Braves and making the play. It was Jawan Carney, Dyer Macbeth, the defensive end, 6'1", 185, a junior, looking for big things from him and coming up with a nice play on the first play of the game. And now he's down. He's kind of crouching down. Look at, maybe he got kicked in the stomach there as he tried to make that play. But he's back. You see him lining back up on the left side. So that was a loss of a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and about 8. Tirico back to pass. Slings it across the middle. Makes the connection for first down yardage just across the 38 to the 39. A nice throw from Tirico.
Number 3, Kingston Williams.
It was Kingston Williams making the catches. He just sat down in front of the zone, and I noticed running off was number 10 for Williamstown. Of course, Dyer Macbeth, we said he got a little bit banged up when he made that tackle on the second play of the game. Now comes out on the third play. We'll have to keep an eye on that. See who the Braves replace him with. I think it's David Tips. Number 47 is coming on the left side of the line. Tirico will keep it, try to weave for some yardage, gets about 3 to the 42. We'll have 2nd and 7. Pardon me, it was 43, Ruben Lozada, who jumped in on the left side of the line. Lozada, kind of a guy for Williamstown who you can plug in at any spot on the defensive line. And a player who we highlighted a lot last year. Does a lot of the little things up on the line that help lead to success. Tarico with an empty backfield now, as they've got 5 receivers lined up. And a quick pass out front, and a nice tackle for Williamstown as Elijah Campbell came up from the defensive backfield and made the hit.
Number 87, Colin Smith.
It was Colin Smith who made the catch. Smith, another captain for this Seneca team. Smith had just 6 catches last year for 72 yards and gets in the stat column here on the first drive of the game. 3rd and about 5 for Seneca. Trying to get near midfield. Big play here for Williamstown early. A stop and they'll get the ball. Tarico fakes the handoff. Now we'll keep it with speed, running left, gets into the secondary and picks up another Seneca first down as he crosses
Big
midfield.
Gain up the middle by number 9, Anthony Tarico for Seneca first down.
Big pickup for Tarico as he drives it down to the 42 of Williamstown on that key 3rd down conversion. Keeps Williamstown's defense on the field. And Dyer Macbeth back in the game there, number 10. You see his back to us right there, standing on the 40. So 1st and 10, Seneca. Another big gain on the ground. Looks like a pickup of about 9 for Phillips. Elijah Campbell had to make the stop again, but a big gain there, about 9. So it'll be 2nd and a little bit more than a yard here for Seneca as they are pushing their way towards the red zone.
5 by number 24, Brody Phillips.
Again, an empty backfield here for Tarico. Now the Phillips goes in motion. Tarico will keep it though, fake the handoff, picks up 1st down yardage as he gets about 4 more, maybe make it 5 as he's inside the 30 to the 29. Where it'll be 1st and 10 for Seneca.
Number 9, Anthony Tarico up the middle for a Seneca first down.
4 minutes and 35 seconds of drive so far for the Golden Eagles. It's been an effective start here for Seneca. So 1st and 10. Tarico will be back to pass, slings it out to Phillips, coming out of the backfield, stumbled a little bit, got taken down at the 30, so that's going to be a loss of a yard. Campbell again coming up and making the hit with some support there by Jawan Carney, number 9 as well. So Phillips lost a yard on that pass play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So there's been a couple of plays for negative yards so far that Williamstown's been able to pick up, but again, it's the big chunks that Seneca's been getting on the ground here, setting the table in this first drive. 5:30 gone by here in this opening drive of the season. Tarico will keep it, and it's another loss. Swarming. It's Aiden Garcia along with Dyer Macbeth again. The senior-junior combo.
Carried by number 9, Anthony Tarico.
Throwing Tarico for the loss. And it will be 3rd and about 15 as the ball is pushed back to the 32. They'll need to get to the 19.
Just a reminder to everyone,
So it's actually 13. 3rd and 13 we'll go with here.
Behind the press box.
Tarico getting the call from the sidelines. Rolls to his left. Looked like maybe a little broken play there. And Tarico fakes the throw. Manages to stay on his feet and slides his way out of bounds. Picking up about 7. So make it 6. Looking like about 4th and 7 here. And we'll see what the first big decision of the game here for Seneca.
Left end by number 9, Anthony Tirico.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Don't seem to be in any particular hurry, though. Is Tirico still looking over at the sideline? The head coach for Seneca, Anthony DiOrio, the former Shawnee standout, his 2nd year as the head coach here at Seneca after Bill Fisher was the coach dating back to the program's inception in 2003. Little screen coming out to Phillips. Gets by a tackle, turns the corner, and he picks up first down yardage inside the 20 to the 18. Needed the 19, got to the 18. So a big 4th down conversion this time for Seneca.
Swing pass out of the back to number 24.
We'll get another look at it here. As you see from field level, Phillips got it, and just a little burst of speed was able to get around the corner as the tackle came a little bit late. Campbell just a tick late in getting there, and it gave Phillips a chance to make that move around the corner. So 1st and 10, ball at the 18 of Williamstown. Tirico will hand it off up the middle. It's Phillips again. Gets a couple down to about the 16. So it'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Brody Phillips up the middle for
Looked like Lozada was in there on the tackle. You see him, 43, Ruben Lozada. He's a senior now for this Williamstown team. And typically right in the middle of all the action there at the defensive tackle spot. Again, I mentioned earlier, he kicked outside on that one play when Dyer Macbeth went out with that apparent injury. He got kicked in this, looked like the stomach, so he's good to go, though. He's back now lining up on the right side at right defensive end. So we're seeing Macbeth move around a little bit here in the early going in this Williamstown Braves offense. Tirico back to pass, under some pressure. Finds Phillips again and tackled immediately. Nicely done by the Braves defense there, as it was Jawan Carney, the senior, making the play wearing number 9 for the Braves. Phillips is a workhorse in this offense, though.
We have the Seneca Bird's Nest with the first appearance of the 2025 season.
Last year's
and their beach
leading
here on
receiver,
the cusp of Labor Day weekend.
Jamar Worthen, had 51 catches for 757 yards last year, while also carrying the ball 40 times for another 252. So he went over 1,000 combined yards last year and did it in a variety of ways. He, of course, has graduated for Seneca, but it looks like Phillips is going to fill that role. 3rd down. Like looking at 8, it's tipped. The pass was tipped. Fortunately for Seneca, that got down because there was a lot of green space out front. But that ball got down to the ground before Elijah Campbell could make the play. Macbeth got the deflection, number 10 for Williamstown, and it's going to bring up 4th down here. And now Seneca not going to roll the dice here. They got it. They did convert 1 4th down earlier in this drive, and they're going to attempt a field goal here. It's going to be Gabe Atz, the holder, number 4. Number 2, Tyler Hood, the kicker. He was 28 of 31 last year on extra point attempts. This one is going to be from 33. It's up. It is good as it sneaks inside the left upright.
Tyler Hood.
And Seneca puts together a time-consuming drive in which they move the ball for about 8 minutes and 49 seconds, and they grab a 3-0 lead.
And they lose 35.
We'll step away and come back with the Williamstown, as Williamstown will get the ball for the first time in 2025.
Second season opening.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
Back here at Seneca High School, I'm Mike Shute. Glad you could join us for Seneca playing host to Williamstown here on BFA Sports. The home of Williamstown football, BFA Sports. Glad you're joining us here for this season opener. 27 games tonight just in the West Jersey Football League as we are underway here in 2025. Williamstown will get the ball for the first time here after Seneca put together a great drive that covered 8 minutes and 49 seconds and resulted in a 33-yard field goal. Kickoff return with some space, spinning and twisting and getting across the 30. It's going to be Kashim Prunty, the junior, as he manages to find a little room and sifted his way out to the 30. So it's decent starting field position for the Braves. We got a flag, though. Our officials tonight, well,
Kicking on a receiving team.
10
yards from the 20-yard line.
Vince Romano, he's our
10 to 10.
referee. The umpire tonight, Ken Davis. The linesman, Jim Sarcasey. Anthony Martinez is the line judge. Robert Mulhern is the field judge. Steven Scarpula is the side judge. And up here next door to us, Jerry Martinez is running the clock here at what they call the Bird's Nest here at Seneca, home of the Golden Eagles. So that 30-yard line starting field position is going to move way back because it's going to be a spot foul. It looks like they're putting the ball down at the 10. So the foul probably occurred at the 20, and it's going to be half the distance to the goal. So Williamstown now with a long way to go here as we have eclipsed 9 minutes of playing time. 3 minutes left here in quarter number one. Williamstown with the ball and trailing. Direct snap for a gain of about 5, as it was Trey Alexander with the carry. Alexander, just a sophomore, was impressive last year as a freshman, and Alexander last year was the Braves' leading ball carrier. 127 carries, 547 yards, had 7 touchdowns. And looking at some film from him in the preseason, he looks like he is ready to step that up to another level. He was out there really looking for contact out on the field. We got a timeout. Timeout call.
SHS names for Sean High School.
Going to assume it was a Williamstown timeout, perhaps, trying to get organized. This offense will have a different look to it this year, but certainly Alexander will be a big key to it. And Alexander, as I mentioned, just a sophomore, had a great year last year, 547 rushing yards. Also caught 4 passes for 101 yards, and there's 7 touchdowns. Gave him as many as the rest of the team combined. He had 7, the rest of his teammates had 7. It's going to be Alexander again. Gets across the 20, where he will have a Williamstown first down. The quarterback for the Braves, number 4, Tyson Foreman, sophomore. So some youth in the backfield for the Braves here as we get underway. It's Prunty taking the handoff as he went in motion, shoved out of bounds. He did pick up a yard, so we'll have 2nd and 9. Kashim Prunty, a sophomore, a junior. Alexander and Kyle Johnson were the captains tonight for Williamstown. Both those guys sophomores, number 5 and number 50. So 2nd and 9. Another handoff. This time it's going to be Alexander. He picks up 3, getting out to the 25. Not a lot of room being broken open. Christian Alexander making the tackle, number 53 for Seneca. Back to pass now. Dumping it off across the middle. Good shake of one tackle, but he's going to be stacked up. Aiden Ezeraku with the grab. It's been an interesting summer for the Ezeraku family. His older brother
number 44, Chase Horner,
went to the end. You'll be getting a chance to see his older brother, the former Williamstown standout from Boston College, was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. So he'll be in town next week. Just a week from today, as the Cowboys visit Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Eagles. Second round pick. Getting a lot of good write-ups about what he's been able to do as it brings up fourth down here for the Braves. And we've got another timeout. Timeout Williamstown.
We are proud to announce that Seneca High School is now accepting non-resident tuition students. Anyone interested can visit LRHS.
So Coach Fusatola wants to talk things over. There's Frank in the middle of the huddle there. He, of course, the head coach, but he takes pride in handling the special teams aspect of this team as well, and always does. Frank, in his 29th season as a head coach, spent 3 years at St. Augustine, of course, where he went 19-12. Officially 184 wins overall, 107 losses, 165-95 at Williamstown. And last year, with that end of the season victory, Williamstown picked up its 300th career win as a program. And the punt is blocked. The punt is blocked. And Seneca's set up in great shape. We'll get another look at it. I think it was Cole Spates, 13, who recovered it. Let's see who got the block. Oh, coming from the left side, it was Kingston Williams. Made the play, and then again, it was recovered by Spates. Just a little bit slow developing, and actually a missed block there as well. Kind of led to that. And now Seneca is set up 1st and 10 at the 19. Now I know Williamstown had some early season troubles last year with special teams. They were able to overcome that in last year's game against Seneca. This is kind of similar start here. Tarico firing towards the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown. What a grab by Jasa Jet. Another captain on this.
Touchdown, Seneca!
Another captain on this Seneca team. Makes the grab.
Jasa Jet, number 8 on the reception from Anthony Tarico.
So they went for it right off the bat on the turnover, right to the end zone, and Jet had great position, and it's simple pitch and catch there. And it's 9-0 Seneca here with the extra point on the way. Again, it'll be Hood to attempt the point after. It is up, and it is good.
The extra point is up and good from number 2, Tyler Hood.
So it's a 10-0 Seneca advantage. We'll take a moment to step away, come back with more here in the second quarter from Seneca High School.
Want to know why no one out Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers' melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. That's why no one out-pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
Welcome back here to Seneca High School in Tabernacle, New Jersey. I'm Mike Shute. In case you're looking for my partner, Chris Losey, you're going to have to drive up to Trenton to go see Chris tonight. Or maybe Allentown. I think he's in Allentown. Allentown and Trenton tonight. Chris, as many of you know, officiates as well, so he's on the road for that here tonight on opening night here in high school football throughout South Jersey. So Williamstown digging itself an early hole here, trailing 10-0. The block punt sets up the 19-yard pass from Tallarico to Jet, for Jet. He caught one pass last year for 18 yards, already topping that on the first play this year. Williamstown with some trouble on the return here. Prunty picks it up, restores some order, and gets it across the 36 to the 37. But this got a little dicey. And you know you're trying to hurry when you got all, you know all these players are coming your way. The ball's on the ground. You want to try and pick it up and get it going. You just couldn't find it. That's going to be the last play of quarter number 1. We'll head to the second quarter, and Williamstown heading down to the other end of the field to get things underway for their second drive of the ball game. Back with more after this.
Brings us to the end of the first.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
I be like,
Back here at Seneca, as we have a little bit of a momentary delay here as we're trying to get a little equipment taken care of on the field for a Seneca player. But the Braves will start here their second drive of the game on their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Again, if you're just joining us, I want to thank you for watching Williamstown football here on BFA Sports. And Tyson Foreman leading the offense out onto the field, number 4 for the Braves, joined in the backfield by number 5, Trey Alexander. And we're set to go here in quarter number 2. Foreman's throw to the far side, makes the connection, but great coverage quickly. It's Phillips. We've seen him on offense. Now Phillips making an impact on defense with a tackle for a loss there, as they're going to spot the ball back at the 24-yard line.
Big hit from number 20, Logan Filippi.
So it's going to be a loss of about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Another pass, this time far side, making the connection with some room and sprinting down that far side of the field and finally knocked out of bounds. It's Van Barry, the senior, making a big play for Williamstown. They needed that after that loss on the previous play. Barry gets himself loose. You see him come back to the ball nicely, and then the blocks set up perfectly. Little seam, and he was gone. Stumbled his way out there. Had he been able to maybe get his footing, he might have been able to get past the tackle of Chase Horner, but he got shoved out of bounds. So a big play here for Williamstown. They needed that one. 1st and 10 in Seneca territory for the first time today at the Golden Eagles 42. It'll be Alexander with some tough yards. Maybe he got 2. We'll see where they spot it. It'll be 2nd down. Trey Alexander really looks like he's ready to take on the bulk of the carries this year. I mean, he did have a lot of the carries last year, 127. Nobody else had more than 40. But it seemed like it was a little more spread out last year. Alexander's been busy today, picks up another yard, so it'll be 3rd and 8 for Williamstown at the Seneca 40.
Christian Alexander.
Clock moving, under 10:30 left to go here in quarter number 2. Seneca with a field goal, 33-yarder from Tyler Hood, and a 19-yard touchdown pass from Tarico to Jet to get their 10 points. A little razzle-dazzle here, reverse. Seneca not fooled though. It's going to be a loss of a yard or so. That took a little bit extra time to develop as the handoff initially went to Kashim Prunty.
That reverse sniffed out
Then
by number
Prunty
44,
wound up giving it
Chase
to,
Horner.
I think it was Elijah Campbell got it, going right to left. Chase Horner making the stop, and it's going to bring up 4th and 9. And it's going to be a punting situation here for Williamstown. Got to make sure they shore up the blocking after that last one. Of course, it was blocked that set up that 19-yard touchdown pass from Tarico to Jet. But now Williamstown with a good chance to pin Seneca back deep here. John Boisrand to punt it, and it sails out of bounds along the Williamstown bench. He was under some pressure again, though. We'll see where they spot it. It's like the 30.
Punt goes out of bounds at the Seneca 30.
So it's only a net of about 11 yards on the punt. And now the Williamstown defense is going to be relied on big time here to get a stop. Seneca has scored on each of its first 2 drives. And then the Braves able to stop them on that 3rd drive. So it'll be 1st and 10 Seneca at its own 30. Tarico with the handoff to a new back, and that's going to be Chase Horner getting the call. Picks up about 3. You'll have 2nd and 7.
Number 44, Chase Horner on the carry.
So last year, when these two teams met in the season opener, Seneca jumped out to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter, then led it 14-7 as you see the run by Horner and the tackle by Lozada. Horner again trying his way up the middle, gets a couple more out to the 35. Cordell Peace,
Chase Horner up the
freshman,
middle for a short gain.
making the stop at 6'3", 250, bringing some size to this Williamstown offensive line. Some young size up there. But as I mentioned, so it was a 14-7 Seneca lead last year after the first half. So certainly things are not out of the realm of possibility at all for Williamstown here in the early going. But they need a big stop here. 3rd down, little pass and a great tackle. Coming up is Campbell making the hit as it was caught over there by Colin Smith. We'll see if they give him forward progress.
37, Colin Smith with the reception.
They're going to put him at the 36. So that might have been a loss of a yard there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So the Williamstown defense does its job. Now the Braves will get the ball here and should get it in decent territory with a chance to make an impact. Seneca sending in a player late here. They were missing somebody on the special teams blocking unit. Aiden Buchanan gets in there. Williamstown nearly getting the block. The punt is away, and it's going to take a great bounce for Seneca. Holy smokes, that's going to get all the way down inside the 15. That's going to be a 49-yard punt for Tyler Hood, and it's going to put Williamstown way back at its own 15-yard line here. So Williamstown thought they'd get a good chance to have some excellent starting field position, but Tyler Hood with other ideas. So the Williamstown offense will take to the field. Now they had a big play on that last drive with an opportunity to move the ball, and then the drive stalled once they got inside the 40 of Seneca. So need to keep that momentum going, do the Braves here. Trailing 10-0, but with the ball. Alexander in the backfield. Already with a handful of runs. He'll get it again, and with some space and a burst. As he's out across the 25. It's going to be close to a 1st down, and I think they do give it to him. Yeah, they're going to move the chain, so a 1st down. Another big pickup for Alexander, and he's the kind of player who can start to kind of wear down an offense. And he's really taken that physical aspect of his running to a different level this year, at least from what I've seen from some of the film from him in the preseason, in that they had a preseason couple of matchups against down at Egg Harbor Township. So they played against Egg Harbor Township, and I I think it was maybe Cedar Creek was the other team down there. I forget off the top of my head, but they looked good as Tyson Foreman with the carry.
Number 3, Kingston Williams on the tackle.
So Foreman picks up about 3 as the ball was at the 26. They're going to put it at the 29 before he was shoved out of bounds. Get a couple looks at it here. Kingston Williams making that tackle. Here's Alexander getting into some space. Picks up another good chunk as he gets out across the 35. It's going to be close to another first down. They're going to give it to him. They're going to move the chains yet again. So Alexander being effective here on this Williamstown drive. As we are halfway through quarter number 2 here in the season opener. Williamstown High School football as they visit Seneca tonight, trailing 10-0. This time it's Foreman who will keep it. Looks like no gain. Maybe they'll give him a yard. We'll see where they put it down. No gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 36. So Foreman, the sophomore quarterback for this team, did not throw a pass for the varsity last year for Williamstown. He will fling one here though, but he dropped it. Ball's loose. He gets it back. Foreman grabbed it and then it was covered by, it looks like Zaire Finney, got in there, 79. Was able to recover it. Yikes. It just fell out of his hand as he went back to throw it. Look at that. And they were lucky Seneca didn't cover it. And then Finney gets in there and he gets a big paw on it. But it's going to bring up 3rd and a lot. 3rd and 17 for the Braves here back at their own 28. Another loose pass. The ball is loose. They're going to say a fumble, and they're going to say Seneca ball. Foreman lost the handle on that one as well. He was under heavy pressure. It was recovered by the Golden Eagles. Maddox Wilkins coming up and scooping it up.
Tip and the fumble recovery. Maddox Wilkins
got in there, got the pressure, and then scooped up the loose ball. And it's going to be first down for Seneca with another great opportunity. They got the block punt. And now they got the turnover here with the fumble recovery. They're set up 1st and 10 at the Williamstown 14. So Seneca in the red zone yet again, starting in the red zone for the 2nd time tonight. And we'll see if they do something similar as they did last time. They went right away, went for the end zone. We'll see if Tarico does it again. He hit Jet, number 8, who's lined up in the slot. Tarico back to pass, looking to his left this time, again towards the end zone. Deflected, though. Nicely done defensively by Naheem Ballard. The sophomore free safety came over and made the play. A lot of whistles, though.
Yes, incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play. It's a hold against Seneca. So 2nd penalty of the game against the Golden Eagles. That'll move them back 10. So it'll bring up 1st and 20 at the 24.
On the offense,
so
number 76.
Seneca was
10
in
yards from the previous spot.
the red zone,
down
now
in the
out of the
zone.
red zone. But they did try and go for it again, looking for the end zone. But it was good work defensively by Ballard to knock it away. Although for naught, as it the penalty erases the play. So it's 1st and 20 now. 1st and 20 at the 24 of Williamstown. Tarico looks to his right, now left. It's Jet making the catch, getting to the 20. He's brought down there by Aiden Garcia, the senior linebacker for the Braves, 5'10", 185. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 16. They need to get down inside the 5 to the 4 to get a first down. Clock ticking away here in half number one. Williamstown again in another dire need of a stop. Tirico back to pass under pressure. They almost got him. Now he scrambles away, gets some time, and flings it out of bounds. Let's see if they're going to get a flag on that. I don't know if he was out of the pocket. We've got whistles. I don't see any flags on the field. You see him scrambling, but he's not really out of the pocket. He just kind of flicked it. Maybe he thought his receiver there was going to make a run to the sideline. Instead turned up the field a little bit. So no flags. It'll bring up third down. 3rd and 14. Well, pardon me, 3rd and 16, I should say. 3rd and 16 at the 20. They need to get to the 4 for a first down. There's great pressure there by Macbeth. He's coming again. Tirico, though, gets away. Macbeth in his face, and he's going to swoop him down at the 25. Zaire Macbeth making the play. They're going to spot it at the 24, so it's going to be a loss. We've got a flag on the play, though. Let's see. Macbeth got hit in the face. So we'll see what the call is.
Holding on the offense. Decline. Down, it's 4.
Calls a hold against Seneca.
It was holding against Seneca. We'll see what Williamstown decides to do here. I would think you probably decline the penalty. And leave it at 4th down. The result of the play. They put the ball at the 25, actually, is where they're going to spot it. So it's 4th and about 21. Seneca in no rush. They will use all of the 30-second play clock and let that run down, then call timeout and make a decision. You see Tirico over there talking to his head coach, Anthony Durio. And we've got timeout called officially, and now they'll talk things over. So it's been a wild start here with a couple of crazy turnovers for Williamstown that have given Seneca excellent field position. But here on this following this second turnover, the Williamstown defense has really kind of stiffened up here and forced them into this 4th and 21 when they started with the ball at the 14. It was 1st and 10 at the Williamstown 14, but the Braves defense has done well to kind of keep Seneca at bay here and force them into a couple of plays for a loss. And again, Seneca deciding what to do here. Be interesting, some interesting choices to be made. They lead at 10-0. Seems like it's at the 25 plus 7. It's really like it would be like a 42-yard field goal. So they're going to keep the offense on the field instead and go for it here. 4th and 21. So now, if you're Williamstown, you just want to keep the play in front of you and don't give up 21. Give up 20 yards, don't give up 21. Tirico, a quick drop, now under some pressure. Rolling to his left, and the pass is incomplete. Good job by the Braves defense as they hold nicely after giving up great field position. The Williamstown defense stiffens and does the job here, and the Braves offense will get the ball back with 2:37 left to go. And they could make it a 3-point game if they can get on the board here. So for as disastrous as this game has started for Williamstown, they've managed with their defense to keep themselves in it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves. They've got 1 timeout left with 2:37 left to go here in quarter number 2. I'm Mike Shute. Glad you're joining us for BFA Sports Productions. Live coverage of Williamstown football here as the season is underway here in 2025. It's like I heard somebody describe today as like Christmas for football fans. So, Merry Christmas, boys. As we're here with the Virgilio brothers handling the production work tonight, as well as our camera guys, Tyrell Dunn, Charles Hope.
Offside defense.
We've got a penalty.
Number 85. 5 yards, first down.
Seneca, offsides, 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 5. So the Braves get some yardage without even using any clock. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Braves here as the ball gets moved to the 25. Actually, pardon me, to the 30. The drive started at the 25. It's going to be Alexander with some room, creates some space for himself. Look at him just shedding tackles. And it's almost a 20-yard pickup for Alexander as he gets out to the 49, so a gain of 19 for Alexander. He looks good and ready to go here in 2025, the sophomore. So 1st and 10 at the 49. Tyson Foreman will tuck it and run, has some space. And he's going to pick up first down yardage to the 40. No flags, and it'll be a first down. Clock will stop as he got out of bounds, and they move the chains. Let's see, maybe they marked him a tick short. It looks like, yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 1. I thought they dropped the chains over there, and he was passed. But it'll be 2nd and 1. Williamstown with a couple of effective plays in a row, picking up 28 yards on the last 2 plays. Foreman will keep it again. Had a little crack and is able to get out of bounds for a first down. The clock will stop as he gets just across the 41. Enough for a first down. We'll have 1st and 10 Braves. And what do we got? They're talking things over. Was there a flag thrown out there? I didn't see one. No, they did stop the clock to move the chains, though. They're not getting the chains set. That's the problem here. That's the delay. And now they'll restart the clock. So 1st and 10 at the 41. Foreman rolling to his right. In some trouble. Now he's going to roll to his left and try and get rid of it. And he flings it out of bounds. That pass did not get to the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they're going to call an intentional grounding here. The pass didn't get to the line. I don't see a flag thrown yet. The Seneca coaches are looking for it.
That incompletion forced by number 70, Gio Gonzalez. And
Gonzalez
number 87, Colin Smith.
Put some heavy pressure on Foreman. They're going to say there was a receiver in the area out there. Now the referee's reaching into his pocket, and he does throw the flag, so there was not a receiver in the area. As, again, our official tonight, our head referee is Vince Romano, joined by Kenneth Davis, the umpire, Jim Sarcasey, the linesman, Anthony Martinez, the line judge, Robert Mulhern.
We're going to have intentional grounding on the offense. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Loss it down. 2nd down.
Steven Scarpula is the side judge, and Jerry Martinez on the clock. And the referee doesn't want to hear it. He's like, I got the call. Don't worry about it. I don't need your help. So it's going to be a loss of down on the intentional grounding call. It's a 5-yard penalty against. Oh, wait a second. It's not a 5-yard penalty. That's a big one. That's going to go back to the 40. It seems like they're a little bit off here. They just marched them back 19 yards. Something, unless it's a spot foul from where he threw it. I'm not sure about that. But now they're looking at 2nd and like 29 here. Foreman with the toss, It's Prunty. Prunty trying to shake loose some tackles. Picks up about 5 to the 45. I'm not sure that I've never seen a 19-yard penalty, so it must have been from the spot from where he threw it, which I guess he threw it from about back at the 45, and that's maybe where they got.
Number 8 on the tackle.
Pushed them back to the where the line of scrimmage was. Nevertheless, Prunty picks up 5. Now we're looking at 3rd.
Number 9, Anthony Tirico on the tackle.
3rd and about 25 here, 24, call it. Tirico made the tackle, so you see him getting some action on both sides of the field. Foreman looking deep. He's got a man. Did he catch it? No, he did not. It squirted out there at the last minute. Defending was number 10, Kellen Bauman. Foreman put it up there, trying to get, I guess it was Jacob Kwan, a freshman wearing number 28, to run under that. And he had some great speed down that far sideline. Do we have another penalty on the play here? Our officials are talking things over back behind the play.
Defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. Down remains 3.
Yeah, we do. Pass interference against Seneca. So now it's going to come back to just about where the original line of scrimmage was. Actually, they'll have 3rd and 9. So a lot of penalties moving the ball here all over the place. 3rd and 9. Now Williamstown in manageable territory back in the Seneca half of the field. Foreman gets loose, flings it towards the end zone. It's a jump ball and it's caught. It's caught. Touchdown, Williamstown. Kashim Prunty comes out of a crowd and pulls it out of the sky. What a catch by Kashim Prunty in traffic. And it's 10-6. Just like I talked about earlier, Williamstown certainly not out of this despite some of the miscues, and now they're right back in this thing. A high ball towards the end zone, and Prunty just was able to find the ball and was really uncovered. So it's 10-6 with a point after on the way here for the Braves. The kick is good, and it's 10-7. So Williamstown, again, for as disastrous as this game started, they're only down 3. As Cole Snyder knocks it through to make it 10-7. Snyder improving, really looking good this year in the preseason. With 37 seconds left to go, now it's incumbent upon the Williamstown defense to kind of tighten up here and not let anything crazy happen, right? You got to shore things up on special teams as well, and I know that's, of course, Coach Visatola always kind of in charge of those special teams. I know he's telling the guys down there now the importance of making a tackle here. So Williamstown, again, couple of bad turnovers deep in their own zone. They had a punt blocked. They had a fumble that they lost, both inside the red zone. And with those 2 opportunities, Seneca not really able to cash in. They scored on one of them and came away with no points after having the ball 1st and 10 at the Williamstown 14. Braves defense comes up big, then the offense comes up even bigger to make it 10-7 here in the waning seconds of quarter number 2. Snyder will kick it off, gets a lot of leg into that one, and it's taken at the 16 with a head of steam out to about the 34 as Sabatino Capana returns it right down the gut. Snyder with a good leg behind it. Capana, you see him trying to find a little seam there. Had a little space, but it was shut down pretty quickly by Aiden Garcia, the senior linebacker on special teams, making the play. So it'll be 1st and 10. Seneca, they do have 2 timeouts left with 29 seconds left to go here as they'll start with it on their own 34. Tirico is a capable passer. We've seen him be able to move the ball well with his right arm, but also with the legs as well. Williamstown with just 3 linemen here trying to smartly cover the deep ball, and Seneca's not even going to take any chances. Tirico will just kind of eat it, take the hit for the loss, as a couple of Williamstown defenders kind of had a little meeting at the football. Elijah Campbell leading the way. He was joined by Jacob Kwan as well, it looked like. And it'll bring up, that'll do it. That'll do it for the first half here in Williamstown. Somehow, some way, trailing by just 3 points here at the half, despite 2 turnovers and a very kind of a staggered offense to get this thing underway. But one big play changed everything for the Braves, and we'll head to halftime with Seneca leading it by the score of 10-7.
Incredible support.
Want to know why no one out Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers' melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. That's why no one out-pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
With doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good, topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99. Wanna know why no one out-pizzas the Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. That's why no one out-pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
Built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've already know. Yeah, I think that we've already know. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've already know. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've already know. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good, topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
I be like,
Welcome back to the campus of Seneca High School here in Tabernacle, New Jersey. Mike Shute with you on BFA Sports here for the second half as Williamstown trails Seneca by the score of 10-7. Williamstown will get the ball here to start half number 2. Of course, if you remember, Williamstown won the toss, elected to defer. Seneca started with the ball and promptly took a drive, 8 minutes and 49 seconds, resulted in a 33-yard field goal to make a 3-0 lead. They got the ball back quickly, had a 19-yard touchdown pass following a block punt. And here comes Williamstown on the kickoff return, getting it out to about the 28-yard line. And that was Jawan Carney, the senior, number 9 for the Braves. Wide receiver and defensive back. Maddox Wilkins with the tackle for Seneca. So it'll be 1st and 10 Williamstown at its own 28. Of course, the Braves got on the board on that last possession of the first half on that long touchdown pass to make it 10-7. And now let's see if they can get the offense going again. As Trey Alexander had a big first half running the football, found a lot of room and able to make some for himself as well. He is brought down that time at the line. Tarico, the quarterback, coming up from the safety spot to make the hit. Gain of 1, the call it 2nd and 9.
Anthony Tarico waited on the tackle.
So it looked kind of bleak for Williamstown after a turnover in its own half of the field. And here's a turnover here, or near turnover, but Alexander's able to recover it and get on it. It's going to be a loss, though, of a couple. Actually, a loss of 1. So we have 3rd and 10 as it got back to the original line of scrimmage of the 28. So 3rd and 10, another little mishap. But as I said that, I was talking about the previous troubles Williamstown had. They had the block punt that led to the touchdown. There you see maybe it was going to be a direct snap to Alexander, and he just bobbled it. And this was another bad snap, way over the head of the quarterback. He smartly falls on it. Good work by Tyson Foreman just to cover it and not give Seneca a chance to recover it and take it into the end zone. But now it's going to result in 4th and a lot as the ball is going to be spotted back at the 6. They need to get to the 38 for a first down, so it's going to be 4th and 32. Back at their own 6. So this is another opportunity that we talked about. And from the first half, Seneca got a lot of opportunities with the ball in great field position, really not able to cash in at the rate they should have, and that's why the score stands at 10-7. And we've got a whistle and a flag.
Ball. False start.
Seneca again seem to be coming in, bringing some heat on the Williamstown punter. It seems like Williamstown's a little bit slow to develop. That penalty was against the Braves.
False start.
It's going to be half the distance. So add 3 more yards to that, 4th and whatever we had, and it's going to be 4th and 35 now. But they've got to be quicker getting this out of here, and they are this time. As Boys Rond gets it away, and they cover it at the 30. So another great opportunity for Seneca as they will start 1st and 10 at the Williamstown 30. Here, 9:48 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And now it's going to be up to the Williamstown defense to get the job done here against Anthony Tarico and company. Tarico off to a good start with that touchdown pass to Jet. The 19-yarder made it 10-0 with just 13 seconds left in quarter number. I'm sorry, made it 10-0 with just 13 seconds left in quarter number 1. Williamstown was able to hang in there despite the turnovers and mishaps. They've had another one here. And again, Seneca set up in great field position. Slipping a couple tackles is Brody Phillips. He's going to get down to about the
from number
20.
24, Brody Phillips.
See if they give him the 20 and a first down, and they do. It'll be 1st and 10 to the 20. So a pickup of exactly 10 for Phillips there. And Seneca is in the red zone yet again, which hasn't meant a lot
First
tonight
down,
necessarily
Seneca.
for the Golden Eagles, because they were only able to cash in once in that situation. 1st and 10. Tirico keeps this one. Picks up another maybe 9 yards there. Oh, it looks like we got an
Anthony
injury.
Tirico on the quarterback keeper with a gain of 7.
To Naheem Ballard, the sophomore, holding on to his right arm. Pardon me, his left arm, I should say. So we're going to have a timeout on the field as they tend to Naheem Ballard. You get a peek there. Hope he's okay. We'll take a moment, step away, and come back with more here from Seneca High School. Seneca leading 10-7.
Want to know why no one out Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers' melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. That's why no one out pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
Naheem Ballard off the field. Might have been a stinger or maybe something with his shoulder. Seems like he's not too much worse for the wear, but they're going to certainly have to check him out there after that play. So it'll bring up 2nd and 1, ball at the 11 of Williamstown. Tirico, high snaps, able to jump up and get it. Hands it off to Phillips again, and Brody Phillips picks up enough for the first down. Give him 2 there. It'll be 1st and goal now at the 9. If they gave him the 9, it might be at the 10. Either way, it's going to be 1st and goal for the Golden Eagles here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, it's at the 10 actually, but it is 1st and goal at the 10. So they gave Phillips 1. Tirico will keep it this time, rolling to his right, and zings it. Touchdown pass.
Touchdown!
And it's Jet again. So Jet last season for Seneca caught 1 pass as a sophomore for 8 yards. Tonight he's got 2 catches for 29 yards. Both of them going for touchdowns.
Let's hear it, Bird's Nest.
So it's kind of a carbon copy of the way this game started. Seneca scoring on its first possession of the game and now scoring its first possession of the second half. Nice grab. Good throw by Tirico. His 2nd touchdown pass of the game. And now we've got flags. False start against Seneca. As Tyler Hood steps on to attempt the point after.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5 yards. We are going to re-kick.
False start against Seneca.
Last year, as I mentioned, Hood was 28 for 31 on extra point attempts. 1 for 1 tonight. Also hit a 33-yard field goal. So this now, extra point is going to turn into about a 25-yarder. As Hood sets up, Gabe Atz is the holder. And we've got another flag. As the kick made its way through, but another flag, and it's going to be against Seneca again, most likely.
Neutral zone infraction.
No, that's going to go back against Williamstown, actually. So, encroachment against the Braves. So they're going to move the ball back to where it started because they blew it dead before the kick. So now we go back
Call for a neutral zone infraction.
to where we started here on the point after. Actually, it's kind of a yard. The ball looks like it's a yard off. I don't know how. It's not in the same spot it started, but nevertheless, it'll be Hood trying it yet again. And blocked. It's blocked. The Braves with a big play on special teams. Josh Kwan, maybe 26, got up there and batted it down. We'll have to maybe get another look at it and see if we can eyeball who made the play there. But it keeps it at a 9-point game. Either way, it's 2 scores. Let's get a look. Right in the middle. Yeah, he got through there and just snuffed it out. It was definitely Kwan, 26, the freshman, making the play at 6'1", listed at 6'1", 150. Got in there quickly.
There was a small amount
and was
of money
able to make
that
the
was
play.
found and returned to the announcing
So
booth.
Williamstown will get the ball back here, trailing now 16-7. But again, it's a 2-score game, so Williamstown will need can't tie it or take the lead here on this drive. And they've got to know that, and they've got to just take their time and stick with the game plan. Lots of football left to go here. 8:14 left to go in quarter number 3. Hood bangs it down the field. And it's a touchback into the end zone. Or actually, did Prunty Fair catch that? Here's another peek at the kickoff. Hood really blasted that. Yeah, it was into the end zone. And once you're in the end zone, that's it. You can't run it out. So I thought maybe it was a fair catch at first, the way Prunty kind of was casually walking forward, but they blew it dead. Again, he caught it in the end zone. So it's 1st and 10 at the 20. And now a false start against Williamstown. So they've had their issues tonight on offense. That being said, they also have had some big plays as well from their receivers. So it'll be 1st and 15 back at the 15. Van Barry made a big play earlier. Prunty's made some big plays. And Alexander just looks fresh and strong here in the 3rd quarter as he picks up about 6 or 7, call it 6. It'll be 2nd and 9. Ball at the 21. Sophomore Tyson Foreman at quarterback. Will definitely be a little bit of a learning process for him here in the early portions of this season. Alexander again pushing the pile. No whistle blown yet. Finally they do. Well after forward progress was stopped. We'll see where they put him. Looked like he got out to. Looked like he got a few yards there. And now a whistle to stop the clock.
Illegal formation called against Williamstown.
So there was a flag on the play. Didn't see the flag thrown, but illegal formation. So that'll be 5 yards
also
marched off
to the press
against
box. Found on the
Braves.
ground was a Walt Disney World card. The name on the back is Jeffrey.
So it'll still be 2nd
Jeffrey,
down.
this is your card. Come on up to the press box.
Provided Seneca takes the foul, I would assume they have to. Yeah, false start against Williamstown. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, so it should bring up 2nd and 14 with the ball back inside the Braves 20. See if they sort this out. They still haven't marked off the penalty, despite the fact that the Williamstown offensive line has moved back 5 yards. So it's going to be second. Should be second and 14 at the 20. At the 16. Now that we've gotten that all sorted out. Foreman sends a man in motion now, keeps it and runs in the direction the motion came from, trying a little misdirection, gets across the 20 to the 21. So after all that, they're back where they started after the penalty, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. Big play here for Williamstown. We want to keep the drive going here on 3rd and 9. They set the screen up, and it's going to fall incomplete. Great work reading that defensively. Bobby Livingstone, living up to his name, stoned that Williamstown play. What a great tackle. What a great hit. What great timing for Livingstone here. It looked like it was really well set up, but Trey Alexander got popped when he caught the ball. Livingstone just really read that nicely and made the play. It's 4th and 9, and the Braves will punt here. They've had some issues here with the punt unit. They get this one away, however. It's going to take a Braves bounce. It's going to roll way down inside the 30. Can it get to the 25? They're kind of pushing it along. They'll down it at the 26. So the line of scrimmage was the 21. So it's going to be a 53-yard punt for the Braves as Seneca will take over 1st and 10 at its own 26-yard line. So that was a real helpful bounce and a helpful roll for the Williamstown defense. Now the Braves D needs to really stand tall here. And now we've got some conversation. Is there another foul? Penalty? It looks like there may have been. Yeah, there was a hold against Seneca. But that was during during the return. Well, so that'll go against the Golden Eagles. So they'll go from the 26, probably back to the 16, I guess, here.
Is Hannah up there?
Yes, so it'll be 1st and 10, Seneca at its own 16. So now a really prime opportunity for the Williamstown defense here to get a stop and get good field position. The game was moving on at a crisp pace in the first half. We played that first half in an hour, and since halftime, things have kind of been dragging a little bit here. We're just about midway through quarter number 3. Chirico will keep it, looking for some space and finding some. He picks up close to 10.
Keep from the middle, number 9, Anthony Chirico for Seneca, 1st down.
So you got exactly 10. Maybe 11. They're going to put it down at the 27. Seneca has moved the ball well, getting large chunks at a time tonight on the ground. Trigo's got Phillips in the backfield with him. They fake the Phillips, a quick hitter out to the right, but an even better tackle over there for Williamstown.
Pass complete to number 87, Colin Smith, for a short gain.
Nicely done again. We've seen Elijah Campbell do some great things tonight, coming up and making some tackles. And he stepped in here and made a play. Look at that. He got off the block or got around the wide receiver he was covering and came up and snuffed that out. Watch this here. He just gets through the traffic and makes a play. Now we've got an injured player on the field. Looks like a cramp actually there for the man who caught the pass. That is Colin Smith. They're 87, it looks like. So they're going to stretch him out. So, you know, the way football season starts now every year, school's not in session yet, so it's hard to get, I think, you know, the fans, the community out. But a great night here. A lot of fans in the stands here for the home Seneca team. They're having a beach party night, they called it. A bunch of the kids have a lot of the kids have like beach wear on and things like that in the stands. So they've got the school spirit tonight. And I know I was talking to Irv McFarland, the athletic director at Williamstown. He was talking about next week going, you know, the home opener for the Braves, and looking forward to having the students ready to go and on campus and coming out to support the Braves at the Chop House next week. So they're certainly looking forward to that and getting a good crowd next week as the Braves will have their home opener, and that is going to be on Friday night next week as the Braves will take on Shawnee at home. That's going to be, what is that, a 6 p.m. start, I think, next week. So the Braves will be looking forward to, you know, a packed house. So get out there and support your Williamstown football squad. Hi, good to see you, Mike Shute, here for BFA Sports. Again, the score, Seneca 16, Williamstown 7. These two teams, of course, met last year in the season opener, with Williamstown picking up the season opening win 20-14. But then the Braves had their struggles throughout the rest of the season, winning just one other game, and that was the last game of the season. On the flip side, Seneca started slow, wound up reaching the sectional final last year in Central Group 3, or was it South Group 3? It was South Group 3 last year. So, you know, sometimes it's not how you start, but how you finish, right? That's at least what, you know, both these coaches need to instill in their team. Seneca, of course, reaching that final, they were the number 2 seed. They were the number 4 seed, wound up losing to the number 2 seed Mainland in that sectional final. And it was the 3rd straight year Seneca has been to the sectional final. They lost to number 1 seeded Delsey in the 2023 final, lost to the number 1, they were the number 1 seed in 22 and lost to the number 2 seed Camden that year. Tarico slings one out for a short gain. And it's a new receiver making the grab there for the Golden Eagles. Nate Sauerwald with the catch and picked up about 5. It'll be 3rd and 6 here for Seneca. Again, another key 3rd down, as the Williamstown defense would like to make a stop and get off the field to get the ball back in the hands of the offense and try and get things going. Even better, Williamstown would like to get maybe a turnover here as well. Make something happen. Tarico with an empty backfield has 5 players eligible to make a catch, and he does make a connection over there right in front of the sticks. Really sharp throw. It was number 4, Gabe Atz, making the catch. Watch this. Just a short step and a quick zinger out there. And Atz makes the snag. They needed 7. He got about 8, and it's 1st and 10. Seneca with the ball at its own 38 now. Trying to chew some clock and trying to keep their offense on the field. They've done a good job of that most of this ball game. But Williamstown has made some plays defensively too to get the stops necessary. Tarico slips a tackle and is able to pick up a couple as he kind of bounces his way out towards the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. That's going to be a gain of about 6. And we'll call it 2nd and 4 here at the 44. 3:25 and counting. Tirico, by the way, I talked about his numbers. Passed for 1,853 yards last year, rushed for 899. He was ranked number 46 by NJ.com's top 75 players in New Jersey this year, coming into the season. The junior, it's his 3rd year starting, and he's really emerged as a really impressive dual threat quarterback. And here's that dual threat as he's on the run again and picking up about 5 or 6. Give him 6 and a first down out to midfield for Tirico.
First down.
So another first down for the Golden Eagles. Seneca last year finished in 2nd place in the West Jersey Football League's Continental Division. Paul VI was 5-0. Seneca 4-1. That only lost to Paul VI in the Continental Division play. They've also got Willingboro, Haddonfield, Gloucester, and Pleasantville in the Continental. So 1st and 10 at midfield for Tirico and the Golden Eagles. Smith goes in motion, back in there after the cramp. And here's Phillips slashing his way inside the 45 to the 43. Pickup of about 7. Phillips has been effective. You see the tape around his left calf and shin there. So it'll be 2nd and 3. After this, Seneca will play at Morristown next weekend, then at Pleasantville, home against Haddonfield, before hosting Gloucester City on September 26th in the early portions of their schedule. Tirico keeps it running right, and now just will sling it out of bounds. I thought I saw a flag thrown. Let's see if there are whistles. So it was 3rd and 3. And all indications are this flag is going against Williamstown. Vince Romano getting his crew together. That's Vince in the white hat, our head referee tonight. Still trying to sort this out. Coach Fusatola just put his hands on his head like he can't believe what he just heard.
Interference on the offense, we have hands to the face on the defense.
We got offsetting penalties, so there was a pass interference against Seneca and a hands to the face against Williamstown. So we'll do it again. 2nd and 3 at the 43. Tirico fakes it to Phillips. Now will keep. Gets across the 40, and then he takes a tackler for a ride down to the 35.
Anthony Tirico on the left end for another Seneca first down.
I think it was Elijah Lewis who hopped up on Tirico's back, and Tirico just kind of carried him for like 4 or 5 more yards. Great effort from Tirico. And again, he's a player certainly to watch in South Jersey this year with his dual capabilities, able to run, able to pass. And again, as I mentioned, had some great numbers. Check out the end of this. Now, it wasn't, pardon me, it was not Lewis who hopped on his back. I'm not sure, we couldn't tell from that angle, but I could see it wasn't Lewis. Tirico with a little pitch. Phillips now with some space. And again, carrying tacklers. Gets down inside the 25 to the 22.
Number 24,
It's going to be another first down as he picked up 13 for the Golden Eagles, but a flag was thrown as well. Let's see what they translate from this. There might be an illegal block there on 3 green. Let's see if that's what they get here. The flag came in late. A lot of conversations. Romano back over to talk to Fusatola. He's going to take this penalty, whatever it might be. It's going to go against Seneca. He certainly was in the affirmative there, though, nodding his head. And now Romano coming over to talk to the Seneca head coach as well.
We have a holding on the offense.
Holding
10
against
yards,
Seneca is the call.
Replay second down. Replay second down. Then we have a dead ball. Unnecessary roughness on the offense.
For some reason, the
76.
Williamstown players
15,
are heading
replay
down to the other end of
second
the field. We're going a little far, I think, guys. There's still 33 seconds left on the clock, so we're not switching ends yet, heading to the fourth quarter. Unless they think Seneca's going to run the clock down without taking a snap, but I don't think that's possible. So it'll be, I guess it's a 15-yard penalty. They're moving this thing way back. The line of scrimmage was the 35. They've put the ball back at the 42 of Seneca. It's like 23 yards worth of penalties, so I guess the hold must have been in the backfield. Spot foul? Oh, there was also an illegal block. Okay, so we had 2 fouls on the play, apparently. And they're going to enforce both of them. So the ball's back at the 42. They need to get to the 25 for a first down. So it's first and 33 with now 25 seconds and counting left here in the third quarter. And I guess Seneca can run the clock out to end the quarter because they don't seem to be in any, there's no urgency whatsoever here for Seneca. They're just kind of hanging out. So we'll make sure the clock winds down before we step away here from Seneca High School. It's Seneca 16, Williamstown 7, back with the fourth quarter after this.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good, topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
I be like, learn more at RothmanOrtho.com.
Back here for the fourth quarter. I'm Mike Shute here with you on BFA Sports. Glad you're joining us here for the season opener for the Braves as they visit Seneca. Again, these two teams met last year in the opener. Williamstown with a 21-14 victory, and they had 14 unanswered points in the second half to pull it out. They're going to need at least 10 unanswered points here in the fourth quarter to pull this one out if they can hold here defensively. They've done a good job of really not giving up a lot of big plays, and this most recent couple of penalties has put Seneca back deep. First and 33 at its own 42, but they were in business. First and 10 at the 35 before that. Those 2 fouls were called. There was a hold, and they also called a personal foul that piled up the penalty yardage and put us in this very odd, unusual, you don't see it too often, first and 33. I would venture to guess it's pretty rare. You don't see 1st and 33 all that often. So the final 12 minutes here in this season opener between Seneca and Williamstown. Tarico connecting with a pass on the far side and a pickup of about 6 as Gabe Atz makes the grab and is forced out of bounds at the 48 of Seneca. So that was a pickup of 6.
To number 4.
2nd and 27. Tarico's been sharp tonight, I gotta say. He looks the part of the 46th ranked player in the state, at least according to NJ.com. They put out their list of top 75 players in the state. There's a lot of Winslow players on that list, I noticed today. And Winslow playing IMG Academy and playing them pretty tough, I understand, tonight. 2nd and 27. Tarico rolling to his right. Has some pressure from behind. Didn't know it, and the ball is bobbled, but it's going to be incomplete. He was out of bounds. Out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and 27. We'll get a look. I don't know if Tarico knew that he was getting the pressure behind him or not. Ooh, that's close. That is very close to being a catch. His left toe may have been over the line. I don't know if we can take a peek at it again while they're setting up here for 3rd down. Let's take another look. It was a bobble. Had he been able to hold in on the first, it definitely would have been a catch. But the ball got popped up in the air. Actually, it was deflected. Take a look at the foot. Ooh, you only have to have 1 foot down. That's pretty close. But I think all in all, the right call. But it was close. So 3rd and 27 for Seneca. Another big chance here for the Williamstown defense to get a stop and get the ball back to its offense. A little sidearm throw. It was incomplete. As again, that was Colin Smith, 87. Couldn't quite make the grab. Good coverage for Williamstown. And the Braves defense holds again.
Seneca brings on the punting unit.
Now they need that offense to contribute a little bit here. Let's see who's back deep for the Braves. It's Prunty. Kasheem Prunty, the junior, wears number 1, is back deep. Hood is the punter, as well as the kickoff man. And ooh, he was under some heavy pressure. Had to get rid of that quick. Prunty takes it on a bounce at the 27, turns the corner on the right. We've got a flag thrown, probably an illegal block. So Williamstown will be starting out.
Flag on the play. Tackle made by number 8.
In its own territory, pretty deep here. They got out to the 37, but we'll see about that flag. You see Prunty take it on the bounce, and then we got a block. Actually, right there, probably a hold is going to go against Williamstown. Look like Sheldon Lewis might get whistled for that.
Holding,
yeah,
on the return, on the receiving team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10.
Williamstown will have it 1st and 10, but it's going to be a wee bit deeper in their own territory than they may have originally thought. Looks like it's going to be at or inside the 20 where they're going to start here.
Holding call against Williamstown, push the ball back.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Braves. Really need to get something going offensively here. Just those 7 points coming late in the 2nd quarter with just 30 seconds left to go. Alexander trying to plow his way through. Gets about 4, and we'll have 2nd and 6. Little extracurriculars there. No flags. Alexander's been close to busting one. And they could really use that now, could the Braves. Throwing deep. They've got Prunty. He just can't get to it, though. Prunty was behind his defender, but the pass just out of his reach as he was speeding down this near sideline. The throw from Foreman. Good arm strength. It's a little too much that time. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Great environment here. Good to see such a big crowd on hand despite the fact that school's not in yet for either of these two schools. But that pass is going to go up too high, trying to climb the ladder and bring it down. Was Van Barry, but he couldn't haul it in. So it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and about 6 here. Braves with it on their own 24. They're going to have to punt. You can't give up that field position here. Although it's getting close to that time where you're going to have to go for it on 4th down. But with 10 minutes, you could still get a stop. Punt is away, but it's a mile high. Williamstown's going to need a good bounce. They get one and another one, and it's going to trickle down inside the 40 to the 39 where it drops dead. But a decent punt for the Braves there. At least gets the ball over midfield. And now Williamstown again, it's going to be up to the defense. And really, I think at this point, if you're the Braves and you're a player on the defense, you're thinking, I gotta make a play. We got to do something to stop this cycle because our offense is just kind of stuck in the mud right now. So Williamstown's defense certainly needs a big play here if they've got any thoughts about pulling off this comeback. They came back last year against Seneca in the season opener with 14 unanswered points. They're going to need some big plays here in the final 10 minutes or so. 1st and 10, Seneca at its own 39. Tarico will keep, get some good blocks out front, and just bashes his way to the 50. Give him 12 and a 1st down. Tarico really has been impressive tonight. He's got to be closing in on 100 yards rushing.
Or 1st down.
And now Seneca will smartly take its time, right? No sense in rushing. Use the play clock to your advantage. Take your time, get up to the line of scrimmage, and be deliberate in everything you do. Williamstown now, you've got to start going for the ball. You've got to look for the strip. You've got to get your hands in there and try and punch that ball loose. 1st and 10 midfield. Tarico with an empty backfield. We'll see if he keeps it here. And he does. Fakes the give up the middle to Phillips, who was in motion, and then took it up the middle, I should say. He got 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. And again, Seneca will use more clock. They won't have to snap this ball until about 8:30 or so. Maybe slightly after 8:30. Tarico comes to the line. Now back to pass. He might have been over. Oh. It's going to go incomplete. I thought maybe he was over the line of scrimmage, but he got rid of it just in time. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8. But he got some pressure there on the outside. Izaraku came around, put the heat on, but he was able to get rid of it before the sack. But that's what Williamstown needs. They need Izaraku, they need Macbeth, who started out hot, number 10 for Williamstown, really was getting after it and really putting on some pressure. He's kind of been quiet here in the second half. I know he did get kicked in the stomach, and since then he hasn't quite been the same player. 3rd and 8. Again, passing. Whistles, though. We had a timeout, actually. Seneca called timeout before the play. They're on 3rd and 8. And really, had that play gone down, look like they had a first down. But they called timeout. Still talk it over. We'll step away as well. Come back with the final 8-12 after this.
Want to know why no one out Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers' melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. That's why no one out pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
So I talked a little bit about the Seneca schedule this season. Williamstown. Let's take a look at their schedule because this is insane. Every opponent that they play, at least every New Jersey opponent that they play, made the state tournament last year, was an NJSIAA playoff team in 2024. 5 of those teams reached the sectional final. 1 of those teams won it. And then the only team that they're playing that didn't make a state playoff, they're going to play on September 12th at Chichester, Pennsylvania. So this Williamstown schedule is tough. It was tough last year. It's going to be tough again this year for the Braves. Big 3rd down. Tarico finds a seam and gets loose, has a first down and more, and then slides out of bounds. Actually, didn't physically slide, but theoretically slid his way out of bounds there at the 32 for a first down. We've got some whistles, though, perhaps a flag. Let's see what's up. Yep, it's going to go against Seneca.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 53.
Got a personal foul against
Dead ball,
Seneca.
personal foul, number.
It was way up after the play, though, or at least after the ball crossed the first down. So this might be an interesting situation where it's a first down, and then they mark it off after that because the ball did get past the first down marker. Let's see what they sort out here. This will be interesting. Because it was 3rd and 8 at the 48 of Williamstown. Tarico easily got the first down, and they were pointing forward where that flag was. Actually, there's the flag, though. They picked it up back there. I don't know what our official, Vince Romano, was pointing to. I guess he was just pointing to where the ball went out of bounds. Now they're trying to sort this out. They're going to let Coach Fusatola know what's happening over there. It's the first night for everybody, right? We're all kind of feeling our way through. But we're getting to the bottom of it. I think it will be a first down, and then the penalty will get marked off from the spot of the foul after the first down. It looked like, anyway, from what I saw. So let's just see what they sort out before we even speculate anything here. Some things have been a little mysterious tonight. So after visiting Seneca, as I mentioned earlier, Williamstown will be home on Friday night against Shawnee. Then it'll play at Chichester on September 12th. Then at Timber Creek on September 19th before being back at home against the rival Washington Township on September 26th. Township, of course, won the West Jersey Football League Classic Division last year, going 4-0. 10-3. They also, of course, went on to win the sectional final as well. So they're putting the ball down at the 47. He got out of bounds at the 32, so that's 15 yards after the play. So I think we're going to have 1st and 10 for Seneca at that spot. So they really only get a net yard out of it with the penalty, but they do get the first down, which, if you're Seneca, that's important because you can run more clock, right? It's 1st and 10 now. So that's what we got. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. The net of that whole play is 1 yard. and they've got the ball and they've got the clock running. Direct snap. And a pickup of about 6 for Brody Phillips.
Direct snap to number 24, Brody Phillips.
Actually, it's going to be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. But again, Seneca keeping the ball moving, keeping the clock moving. That's what they need to do here. This has by no means been a pretty game, I would not say. But, you know, it's again, the season opener usually is a little rough. Teams kind of sorting things out, feeling themselves out. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Seneca's just been a little bit more consistent. Another direct snap to Phillips and puts his head down and just plows through the line. Looks like it's going to be close to first down yardage. The official on the near side has him a little bit further up the field than the official on the far side. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. Call it 3rd and 1, as Phillips got 4 there. As the clock continues to run with 6:48 and counting, now 45. So 3rd and 1. Tirico is split out wide to the right, so he's not even taking the snap. They're going directly to Phillips every time here. They're just going to catch it and go. They're going to send Tirico in motion. They fake the give, and Phillips plows again up the middle. Gets a big chunk there as he goes from the 38 down to about the 31. So Brody Phillips gets 7 there. And another Seneca first down. They've had a bunch tonight. It's been tough for Williamstown to stop 3rd down conversions. Phillips just bashing his way through. And again, Phillips lining up at quarterback. Tirico again in motion. See if they give it to him this time. They do. And Tirico slashes his way. He's got some room, and he's going to make it into the end zone. Tirico scores from 32 yards out, and that's going to
Seneca touchdown!
Put a seal on this
Number
one
9,
for the Golden
Anthony
Eagles.
Tirico
with the TD makes it 22-7. He's had a good night tonight. Certainly caps it in style with this run for the score. He's thrown the ball well. He's run the ball well. And like I said, he's really lived up to the billing. As I said, he's listed as the number 46th ranked player in the state, according to NJ.com. And I don't think you can argue with that at all tonight. As the extra point by Tyler
Number 2,
Hood
Tyler
is good.
Hood puts the extra point through.
And it's a
Seneca
23-7
Williamstown 7.
Seneca advantage. Seneca just too much tonight. A little bit too strong and a little bit, I think, you know, when you look at it, they just got a little bit more experience, right? Especially in some big games. They did get to the sectional final each of the last 3 years. So you're talking about a team that certainly knows how to win. And under second-year head coach Anthony Diorio, you know, they're kind of starting to create a new mold for themselves, right? Bill Fisher was the head coach of this team from 2003 to 2023. Now with Diorio, who was the defensive coordinator under Fisher during part of that Fisher's tenure, is now the head coach. And you can see they've got a real
Let's hear it for the
plan.
Seneca cheerleaders, bagging out those push-ups.
The defense, and they've got the running game, really. I mean, it's just kind of ground and pound is what Seneca's done tonight. Not to say they haven't thrown the ball, because Tirico has thrown the ball effectively. But really, it's been just the running and the guys up front that have been getting the job done. You know, one guy we got to talk about when we talk about the guys up front for Seneca, and we'll do that after this kickoff. Prunty will take it back at the 6. Trying to run right up the seam there. He's got some room. Prunty across the 40, and he is long gone. Forget about it. Kashim Prunty, explosive. And now things are a little bit different. 23-13 with the point after. Coming. Hashim Prunty, wow, explosive.
Williamstown, touchdown,
Get another peek.
number 1, Hashim Prunty.
From the 6, so it's a 94-yard kickoff return for Prunty. Nobody was going to catch him. I mean, he had so much. By the time he got to midfield, he was already 15 yards ahead of everybody. Amazing. Good blocking. He found a hole and just went right through it. And now the point after. It's a 10-point game, so there's probably really no reason. Well, you go for 2 here, you make it an 8-point game, so you can get 1 score. That's the thought process here. So I see what Coach Fusatola is thinking here. Get it to within a score. So it's a stop and a score, and you can maybe tie this thing up. It's a keeper for the quarterback. He's got room, and he is in. Oh, yes, he is. He's in. He gets it across the line. Tyson Foreman is able to stretch it across as he was shoved out of bounds. And it's a 1-score game. This has been the story of this whole night.
Foreman
It's
with
like,
a 2-point conversion.
how's Williamstown still in the game? They've just kind of hung around, right? So Foreman gets in on the 2-point conversion. Just kept it. Everybody went for the fake up the middle, and Phillips pushed at him, but he did stretch it out across the goal line. The official was right there on the scene. We'll get another angle of it. They faked it to Alexander. Everybody, as you would think, would expect Alexander to get the ball, but he did. You could see from that angle, he stretched it across above the pylon and in. So huge play there. It's a 1-score game now. And now what does Williamstown do? You got a lot of things you could do here, a lot of options. Onside kick, send it deep, squib it in the middle of the field, maybe hope for somebody to miscue. So a lot of thoughts here. We'll see what Coach Fusatola does. He, of course, is in charge of the special teams. Cole Snyder will kick it off. Sends it to the 15. And nice job by Williamstown hemming him in. A short return of just 10 yards for Sabatino Capana. Now, Williamstown's going to need a real Herculean effort from its defense. Braves with 3 timeouts, so that's working in their favor. And now you wonder, can you make a play? Can somebody step up and make a play? We haven't called Ruben Lozada's name too much tonight, but he's a guy that makes plays in the middle of the defensive line for this Williamstown's team. We've seen him do it over the long haul last year. We'll see. Seneca will more than likely try and keep it on the ground as they've done successfully most of this game here in the final 5 minutes. Tarico will keep it. Gets across the 30. He gets about 7 on that, depending where they spot it. Maybe 8 for Tarico. So it'll be 2nd and short. And again, using the clock, right? You make the play. He does get 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. But again, they're going to use the clock as much as they can. Snap it as close to the expiration of the play clock as possible. Tarico. This time it's Phillips, and that's a first down and more as he gets about 7 or 8.
Number 24,
across
Brody
the 40.
Phillips pushes ahead for Seneca. First down.
This combination of Phillips and Tarico has been impressive tonight. And they've gotten good blocking up front, too. And that was one thing I was going to talk about with Seneca. One of their players really You know, you talk about Tarico and how good he has been tonight and how highly touted he is for these Golden Eagles, who, by the way, are number 14 in the Courier Post, mean 15 to start the season. But, you know, some of the blocking up front's been key, too. As Tarico, again, finds a little bit of a seam, then gets upended, but gets across the 50. It's going to be close to a first down. I think it might have been short. Let's see. Now they're going to give it to him. They're going to say first down yardage as he got to the 49. That was close.
Number 9, Anthony Tarico. Up the middle for Seneca. First down.
We'll stop the clock with the chains as the chains move here. They'll put it down at the 49. The clock is running despite the fact that I thought the official stopped the clock. And I haven't seen him restart it yet. Yeah, now he's waving to stop the clock again. They're going to have to reset the clock. I think that's what they're going to talk about. But speaking of the offensive line for this Seneca team, Patrick Degnan on the offensive line. He wears number 56 for Seneca. He's committed to Villanova. Pardon me, he's 76. I apologize. Degnan is 76. He's a captain on this team. And you see him there at the kind of standing in the S. He's the left tackle for this team. And again, he's committed to Villanova. So he's a guy that's really been a proven commodity for this team over the years. And again, committed to Villanova. He's on the right side of your screen here. Phillips running right. Gets a couple, but stays in bounds, more importantly, to keep the clock moving.
Phillips on the carry.
He gets about 3. And we've got a stoppage. Timeout, Williamstown. So they use their first. Still 2 left for the Braves here with 3:08 left to go.
Williamstown timeout.
But Degnan on the offensive line, one of their leaders on this team entirely. Again, a captain, an all-conference choice last year. Again, committed to Villanova. Then you've got some juniors on the offensive line too. Caden McCormick Giletto and Christian Alexander are all guys to keep an eye on in terms of offensive line play for this Seneca team. And they've clearly done a nice job tonight. I mean, Seneca has run the ball effectively. You can certainly say that. They'll have second down here, 2nd and 7. Talking things over in the huddle for the Williamstown defense, and the word has to be ball, right? You've got to be going for the ball when you're trying to make a tackle. If you're one of the Braves here, get in there, get a helmet on the ball, try and strip it, punch it out if you can. That's got to be the game plan here if you're wearing a white uniform. Tarico with an empty backfield. He'll probably be keeping it here on the run. Finding a block up the middle, spins around and gets across the 40. The ball's out, but it was down already, I think. They're going to say yes, it was down at the 40. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for Seneca, and a timeout is called. Actually, we've got an injured player on the field, so that's the stoppage. No timeout. No timeout was called. The injury, it's an injury timeout. And that's Naheem Ballard, who went out in the first half with the injury. Looks like it might be the same thing. I don't know if if it was his shoulder or his upper arm earlier, but it looks like it might be a shoulder this time. So Ballard is down for the 2nd time tonight. Yeah, it looks like holding out his left shoulder or upper arm. We'll take a moment and step away here for the final 3:03.
Wanna know why no one out Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut meat lovers' melts are filled with almost a half a pound of meat and cheese for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. That's why no one out-pizzas the Hut. I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta. Oh, hello.
Still working on Naheem Ballard down there on the field. I saw the team doc from Seneca earlier tonight. That's him on the right. He's actually, I think, filling in tonight. That's Rob Franks, who's also a Rothman sports medicine guy. Out there checking on Ballard. Definitely seems to be something in that shoulder, though, that they're working on. So now, if you're Williamstown, you're looking at 3rd and 1 here coming at you. And desperate need of a stop here. And really, in the second half, I don't think I can recall Williamstown getting a tackle for a loss here in the second half. The first half, yes. Second half, Seneca's seem to have just gotten stronger. Those offensive linemen I mentioned earlier have kind of taken command here and really been kind of plowing the lanes for these Seneca ball carriers. So someone's going to need to step into a hole here and make a play for the Braves. 3rd and 1. And really, if you're Seneca, 3rd and 1 and maybe 4th and short, you're probably going to go for it on both. See what happens here. They've got Phillips lined up at the quarterback spot. He'll probably be catching and carrying. But the snap was a little off the mark, but he does get across first down yardage and then some as he picks up 4, maybe 5.
Brody Phillips pushes ahead for Seneca. First down.
30. Looks like they're going to put it at the 36. So give him 4 there, and it's another first down for Seneca. The Golden Eagles have really converted a lot of 3rd downs tonight. So that's going to be something going forward that Williamstown's going to have to think about. It's like, how can we stiffen up on 3rd down going forward against some of these other opponents? It's kind of tough to do that when you got these tremendous linemen that Seneca's throwing out there. Tirico lines back up at quarterback now here on 1st and 10. He keeps it, runs right with some speed, turns the corner, follows the block. Flag was thrown. Let's see who they throw that against. That's probably going to go against Seneca, it looks like. They may have gotten the whistle against 50, or the flag against 56, Aiden Buchanan. Looked like, at least that's where the flag came in. I don't know what maybe right there, actually. It wasn't Buchanan, didn't do anything. It was before that. If you go back a little bit, you can see that hold. So Tirico's good carry is going to get nullified here by the hold. We'll get another look at it. Here's a replay and another look. It's going to be the receiver out here on the right who actually gets called right there. Was mixed up with the Williamstown defender.
14, 10 yards, first down.
That play is going to come back. Although, like that previous play, it really the yardage that was gained and where the foul was down the field, it still results in a first down, and the ball comes back. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35. So Seneca, again, keeping the clock moving, keeping the chains moving with 2 minutes left to go. Again, Williamstown needs somebody to step in and get a helmet on a ball. Tirico gives it to Phillips, running left, has the ball in his right hand, and is able to dive forward for about 8.
Number 24, Brody Phillips.
But Phillips
the
there,
left side.
if we get another look at that run by Phillips, you'll see that he's running to the left.
Timeout, Williamstown.
Keeps the ball in the right hand, though, kind of exposing it a little bit, where maybe a Williamstown player could have gotten in there and popped it loose. as Williamstown calls timeout, but maybe we can take a peek at that last run. Williamstown calling timeout with 1:47 left to go. So here's the play. Phillips takes it. He's running to his left, but the ball's in his right hand. He's kind of exposed. Just something to think about if you're a Williamstown tackler. Get your helmet in there on the ball. I think typically they'll tell you, hey, carry that ball on the outside. But Phillips might feel comfortable, might feel strong with the ball in that hand, and that's why he kept it there. You can't argue with the results he's had tonight. That's for sure. So 1:47 left to go. Williamstown just used its second timeout, so they just have one left. Just one last chance to stop the clock. And after that gain of 8 by Phillips, it's going to be 2nd and 2. So Williamstown is just, at this point, desperate for a turnover. Because if Seneca gets a first down here, Williamstown will call timeout, but that's pretty much it. Williamstown needs a stop. Well, back-to-back plays at least. Tirico gives it to Phillips. Phillips is spun down. Looks like short of the first down. So Williamstown does the job there. Great pursuit by a bunch of guys on the Braves as the Williamstown calls timeout.
Brody Phillips pushes ahead.
Looked like Aiden Garcia, 27, was in there on that hit. Maybe Josh Kwan, 26. Good pursuit there by the Braves defense. Give them credit there. But those guys definitely look worn down. Oh, look at all the guys with the hands on their hips. They're breathing hard. They're working hard. And this Seneca offensive line certainly putting it to them. But that was a good response there by the Braves defense. So it'll be 3rd and 2 after the timeout. Ball at the Braves 26. It's actually really 3rd and 1, I would say. Yeah. As they just updated the scoreboard. But still, basically, Seneca has 2 plays to get a yard. And that has seemed like not to be an issue for the Golden Eagles tonight. So a first down here by Seneca would put this game away. A stop for Williamstown gives them at least a tiny breath of life. Tirico in motion. Oh, Phillips almost dropped it, and they brought him down short of the first down. His knee was down before the ball got across the 40. We'll see where they, across the 25, see where they spot it. Oh, the Seneca guys are indicating first down, but I think it was short. No, they're going to give him the first down. Wow, that was close. And Phillips bobbled it at the top. You saw that. We'll maybe get another peek at it. But that should pretty much put this one out of reach. But watch, Phillips bobbled it. Tariq almost ran into him. Then his knee was down.
Bryce, if you're still here, come on up to the press box, please.
But they'll get the first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 here, and that really pretty much will put the put that one away as Tirico takes the snap and a knee, and that, well, they'll have to snap it one more time to run the clock down. And really, they could just snap it at pretty much any time.
Takes a knee for Seneca.
Yeah, that'll do it. So Seneca opens its season with a win after falling to Williamstown last year in the season opener. 21-14, they win this one 23-15, but it was certainly not without its excitement. And the Braves figured out a way to hang around, and work their way back into it. Now it's a matter of going forward. If you're Williamstown, how can we improve on what we did tonight? We had some big plays on offense, but we didn't have that consistency. So now they need to kind of build on that consistency going forward, see what they can do about, getting the improvement and, getting better as the season goes on. For Seneca, they continue their winning ways, right? They lost last year in the season opener to Williamstown, but then went on to win 8 of the next 11 games. And did a really nice job getting to that sectional final before falling. But certainly Seneca is a team that's kind of been on the rise. They've won 28 games over the last three seasons. And then, of course, emerge with the victory tonight here in the season opener. It was a pretty good one here from Tabernacle, New Jersey, here on the campus of Seneca High School. Once again, we want to thank everybody on our entire crew. The Virgilio brothers, David and Brian, thank you guys, and our cameramen, Tyrell Dunn and Charles Hope. And for everybody at BFA Sports, I'm Mike Shute. I want to say thanks for watching. Chris Losey will be back with us next week. We'll see you then from back at the Chop House as Williamstown will play at home against Shawnee. We'll see you then next week. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.